rising from the water or creeping along the shores.
Sério isso, Jesus?
Videos of terrifying entities and mythical beings
Oh my god! Wow!
are surfacing more than ever.
Oh my god, there's more! There's more of them!
These aren't your regular encounters.
Look at that. Oh my gosh.
These moments are freaking everyone out,
No mames!
and no one can explain them.
Tolo, panjangnya rambutnya.
Camila Lourdes, the Brazilian influencer known for her upbeat videos, posted what seemed like a normal dance clip on TikTok, but viewers noticed something off. When the camera accidentally fell, a faint, transparent figure appeared in the background, moving like a person, yet lacking any real detail. The internet went wild. Some swore it was a ghost, others claimed it was edited when the camera dropped. A few thought it might just be a stunt for views, but given her massive following, it seemed unlikely. Everything about it, the timing, the blur, the shape, it all felt too eerie to create that perfectly. So what was it really? A ghostly glitch or just clever editing? Shady Beach. A guy was filming himself walking along a quiet beach, soaking in the breeze and the sound of waves, until he caught something chilling in the corner of his camera. Behind him stood a woman dressed in black, completely still, watching. There was no one else around. When he turned to check again, she suddenly started running straight toward him. He bolted, heart racing, and made it out safely. Later, people speculated it could have been a lost spirit, one searching for a vessel to possess. Others say it was just a stalker in disguise. Either way, that beach won't feel the same again. Lake Spirit.
Itu yang kemarin apa? Bukan ya?
A couple of Indonesian men were out swimming, laughing, and splashing around, when the fun took a dark turn. Out of nowhere, they spotted a woman standing still in the water. Long, ragged hair dripping down her pale face, her hands hung awkwardly mid-air, frozen, like she didn't belong there. She never spoke or even moved, just stared, before slowly sinking back beneath the surface. The men were terrified, convinced they'd encountered a water spirit, maybe one seeking vengeance. Locals believe such spirits appear when the lake has taken a life. Whatever it wasn't human.
Itu yang kemarin apa? Bukan ya?
Beached possession.
Mulher, tá bem aí?
This video was recorded on April 30th, 2025, on a beach in Manaus, Brazil. Authorities were called after a bystander noticed a strange woman by the shore. Witnesses claimed she looked as if she was possessed, while at the same time narrowly dodging drowning. Even after help arrived, she remained completely still, almost unresponsive, as if in a trance. Officials attempted to make contact, but little information was released about what truly happened or how the incident ended. Some believe it was a case of possession, while others think she was in shock. What do you think happened that night? Red Shore. Locals claimed this beach stayed deserted for a reason. A strange woman who appeared, chasing off anyone who dared to visit. But some said she wasn't a woman at all, maybe a skinwalker in disguise. One man decided to check for himself, recording as he approached the empty shore. At first, it looked calm, until a woman in red appeared by the water. She waved slowly, but when he didn't respond, she sprinted toward him. Her arms were too long, her movements too jerky, and her face, nothing human about it. He ran before she could get close. Some still believe it was a warning. Others think he filmed something not meant to be seen. Shoreline encounter.
Jesus, me guarda, Deus. Será que é uma pessoa? Moça?
A girl was taking a late-night walk on a quiet beach when she spotted someone sitting near the waves. The figure's long hair hung over her face, motionless, almost like she was waiting. Concerned, the girl moved closer. And that's when the figure suddenly stood up and sprinted straight toward her. She ran for her life, heart pounding, not daring to look back. When she finally stopped, the beach was empty with no sign of anyone. Online, some said it sounded like a spirit of the drowned, while others blamed a deranged stranger. ghost or something worse hiding by the shore that night.
É sério isso, Jesus?
Dragged down. In February 2018, a group of friends went night fishing in Vietnam. Everything seemed normal until one of them leaned over the boat to check the net and suddenly vanished underwater. But slow down the footage and you'll see it. A hand reaching up from below, yanking him down. The others rushed to pull him out, and thankfully he survived. But that hand, dark and fast, wasn't a normal human's. Viewers online went wild, debating whether it was an illusion, a prank, or something far stranger. Could it have been an unknown aquatic creature, or something that just wanted to pull him under? Shore encounter.
Olha ali na beira da praia.
Aquela moça!
Então...
A group of friends walking near the shore noticed something strange. Several light poles began flickering, while the rest stayed perfectly fine. Then they saw her, a figure in white, standing near the waves, face hidden behind a curtain of hair. She didn't move. Hoping for answers, they called over a few nearby men, but as they approached, they stopped in their tracks. Her appearance was deeply unsettling, almost inhuman. Whispers spread that she could be a sea spirit, the ghost of someone who drowned and now lingers by the shore. That thought alone was enough for the friends to turn and leave, without daring to look back.
Não faz isso não, moço!
Pergunta se ela tá bem.
Deep encounter.
Oh my god, there's more! There's more of them! They're all around us, dude!
The debate over mermaids might never end, but every now and then, footage surfaces that reignites it. Two fishermen out at night noticed something massive gliding beneath the surface. When it emerged, they froze. It looked like a woman's upper body attached to a long, powerful tail. For a split second, her eyes locked onto theirs before she darted away, vanishing into the dark waves. The men were left speechless. People online argued it had to be a hoax, but the panic in their voices said otherwise. If that wasn't a mermaid, then what exactly was swimming beside their boat that night?
That's a girl. There's a girl in the water. What the is that?
Pale walker. Two friends were filming a silly TikTok on a dark, empty beach when their fun took a chilling turn. In the corner of the frame, a tall, pale figure walked silently on two legs, not running, not hiding, just moving like it knew it was being watched. The guys froze, then bolted, leaving the camera rolling. When the clip hit the internet, people couldn't agree on what they'd seen. Some said it was a skinwalker, a shapeshifter from native legend. Others said it was just a trespasser, but its unnatural calm, the way it walked, didn't look human at all. What do you think it was? Ocean Man. Beachgoers were enjoying their vacation on the sunny shores of Acapulco, Mexico, when something eerie unfolded. A strange man suddenly crawled out of the sea, dressed entirely in white, dripping wet, and moving as if dazed. Witnesses claimed he hadn't been there before, and his slow, deliberate movements made the whole scene even stranger. His pale clothing and blank expression gave the impression of someone lost, or something else entirely. Some believed he was the ghost of a drowned sailor, cursed to return to shore again and again. Others whispered he might be a sea deity, caught off guard in human form. Whatever he was, his sudden arrival left everyone speechless. Beach Beast. A chilling clip from Eel River showed what appeared to be a massive, hairy creature walking along the sand. The figure's build was huge, its arms too long to belong to any human. Even from a distance, the way it moved, steady, deliberate, sent shivers down viewers' spines. It wasn't sprinting or hiding, just walking like it owned the place. Some claimed it was a man in a suit. Others swore it was the real Sasquatch. The footage remains blurry, but one thing's for sure. Whatever that was, it didn't move like anything human. Ditch creature. Two friends were on their way to a local farm when they happened upon something they might never forget. As they walked along a ditch, a movement in the muddy water caught their eye. Cameras in hand, they hoped it was an uninteresting sea creature. But what they saw was clearly out of this world. A dark creature with glowing eyes rose out of the water. There's no way to tell what it was, but one thing was for sure. It was a humanoid figure and looked like it was draped in seaweed. But before the entity could come any further, the two men took off screaming.
Cara, olha aquilo ali, velho. Olha isso, velho. Meu Deus, cara. Meu Deus, cara.
Netizens think they witnessed the heron, a sea-dwelling humanoid in Chinese folklore. But what do you think this was? Antek Banu. Bobbing up and down, a dark figure seen emerging from the depths of a swamp in Palembang, Indonesia. This isn't just a scary silhouette. It's believed to be the Banu, or the Antek Anu, a ghostly spirit of an ancient princess who was forced to marry a monstrous man. The Banu appears out of water bodies and swamps, ready to roll passing boaters. It seems like this one hadn't found a victim yet, but was in search of one. Just as the creature got close enough, it revealed its face. Instead of appearing in its usual womanly self, the creature had picked a ghastly face, probably to spook passers-by, who left it alone out of fear. Watery face.
Look, over there. You see that?
A fisherman out for his usual catch noticed something strange rippling just beneath the surface. Then, a pale face emerged, human-like, but not quite. Its features were smooth, wet, almost waxy, with hollow eyes that locked onto him. For a second, it seemed to study him before slipping back under. People later compared it to Voldemort. Too human to be a fish, too wrong to be a person. The fisherman didn't wait to find out. He sped off, shaken to his core. So what was lurking beneath that water? A humanoid creature, or something that shouldn't exist at all? Beach visitor. This unsettling clip emerged from Key Largo, Florida. Filmed at night, it showed a lone figure perched on a rock near the shore, waves breaking around it. The footage was grainy, but the shape was unmistakable to some, a humanoid form, with what seemed like a tail trailing into the water. Skeptics dismissed it as a trick of light or a stray animal, but for believers, it was confirmation. Mermaids were real, and they were surfacing. The ocean, it seemed, was finally revealing what it had hidden for centuries. Sneaky hand. A family posted a clip from a summer boat ride, but this video is far from ordinary. Do you see anything unusual? Let's replay it. There. Did you catch it? A mysterious hand gripping the edge of the boat right behind the little girl. It looked human, yet the way it quietly surfaced from the water was anything but normal. Netizens have been buzzing with theories. Some say it's the ghost of a drowned soul, while even skeptics struggled to call it a hoax. It seemed all too real. So, what do you think? Is there more to this boat ride than meets the eye? Encounter with unknown. What started as an ordinary swimming trip for a group of friends quickly turned into an eerie encounter. As they were splashing around, one of them noticed a strange creature in the water. This was no ordinary fish. It had a long, serpent-like tail and a human-like head, almost as if it were some bizarre mix of human and serpent. Curious, one of the friends tried poking it with a stick, hoping to figure out what it was. But the creature didn't react at all, just floating there, unbothered by the humans around it. Its strange behavior led many to believe it might be a river spirit, or maybe even a ghost. Siren's catch. On October 20th, 2025, off the coast of Sicily, a crew of fishermen pulled in their nets expecting a routine haul. Instead, they witnessed something extraordinary. After reeling in a snapper, a humanoid figure leapt from the sea. Blonde hair, dark eyes, and a shimmering green tail. She snatched the fish and vanished with inhuman speed. Her webbed hands and dark-toned skin hinted she'd come from the deep, not the surface. Witnesses described her as both terrifying and graceful, more siren than mermaid. Some believe she was rescuing the fish, others think it was a warning to leave her waters. Either way, the crew never forgot those eyes staring back before she disappeared beneath the waves. Tidal awakening. One eerie clip from Chile only fueled the frenzy. A woman had filmed dark shapes breaking the waves. Too many to count. Some swore they were just whales or seals, but others froze the footage, pointing out what looked like human heads and shoulders gliding through the water. Whispers spread fast. Mermaids, driven upward by the recent catastrophic earthquake in Russia. Whether myth or truth, the sea seemed far less empty than it once did. Sandy imprint.
Look at that. Did I just find a mermaid imprint?
A woman had been spending a quiet morning at Freeport Beach when she spotted something unusual in the sand, the distinct outline of a massive tail fin. Judging by the imprint, whatever made it had been heavy. Up close, the texture looked strange. Nothing like a fish or dolphin. She became convinced a mermaid had been resting there moments before. The area was isolated, with no resorts or houses nearby, making human-made explanations unlikely. Locals who saw the photos agreed the shape was odd and unlike anything they'd encountered. Many wondered if this was yet another rare case of a mermaid surfacing.
So what the fuck was laying here? Look at the texture. Do you see the, ridges?
Haunted shore. One night in Peru, guests at a waterfront hotel complained about strange noises echoing across the beach. The guard on duty was called to investigate. Recording his patrol, he picked up eerie calls and unsettling sounds in the dark. Then, suddenly, he saw her, a lady in white walking slowly along the shoreline. He called out, but before he could get closer, the figure vanished into the night, as if she had never been there at all. Shaken, the guard believed he had encountered the restless spirit of a bride who had passed away on that very shore, forever haunting the place. Ghost mermaid. This clip brings together two Indonesian ghost hunters and a sighting of a legendary mermaid. One they were convinced was a spirit, capable of appearing anywhere she wishes. They tracked the ghostly figure, ready to capture it. But what happened next was both eerie and unexpected. As one of the hunters grasped the mermaid, the camera suddenly blurred, almost like it entered a blend mode. Just then, the hunter lost his balance, and the mysterious creature slipped from his grip, swept away by the canal's fast current. Apologizing to viewers, the duo claimed it was the power of the ghostly mermaid that blurred the camera and drained the hunter's strength. Could this be proof of a supernatural mermaid's strange abilities? South African mermaid. We've seen many mermaid sightings, but this is one of the clearest and most authentic looking ones yet. The clip showed a juvenile mermaid lying on the shore of a beach, struggling to breathe. People were crowded around her, poked and prodded, but nobody made a move to help the poor creature. The only two explanations for this could be that they had realized the mermaid couldn't survive or were waiting for the authorities to take over. As bizarre as this sighting was, no official statement or reports came to light, creating suspicion around the clip. Could the mermaid have vanished without a trace? Or was this simply a hoax? What's your guess? Swamp Thing. A family was enjoying a calm day by the lake when their little boy suddenly got the scare of his life. Floating in his tube, he noticed what looked like a patch of seaweed nearby. But then, it moved. The seaweed lifted its head, revealing a massive, hairy face rising from the water. The kid screamed and almost fell into the water. Later, people argued whether it was a prank or something real. Some said it was just a diver wearing a costume. Others were convinced it was a swamp creature surfacing for a moment before slipping back under. Either way, that lake didn't seem peaceful anymore. By the pool. After eating dinner, a family member casually started filming the rest of the group seated at the table. But little did he know, that short clip would cost him a good night's sleep. Just across the pool, behind the sitting area, there seemed to be someone standing. Only that someone didn't look human. The figure looked like a woman, but she was completely devoid of color, like she'd stepped out of a black and white film. She didn't move a muscle, just stood there like a statue. The person filming swore he saw her mouth moving. Some online claimed she was casting a spell. Let me know your take on this in the comments. Reptilian anomaly. A fisherman out by the river was looking for a good spot for throwing his net when he spotted something strange. A creepy-looking creature floated down the river for everyone to see in broad daylight. By the way it floated with its hands held up, it gave an impression of being human-like in its body structure. Apart from that, it had horns jutting out of its shoulders and a head that looked strangely like a dinosaur's. Netizens went wild with speculations after the video was uploaded. Some believed it was an alien, others thought it was a reptilian mermaid. If you have any insights on this creature, do let me know in the comments. Water demon. A couple of villagers caught something strange on camera, something that shouldn't have been there. While trying to rescue a dog that had slipped into the river, they noticed a black, shadowy figure lurking in the water, even in broad daylight. It had two horns jutting from its head and was half submerged, slowly creeping toward the struggling dog. Panicked, the villagers threw rocks at it. One hit the creature square on the head, snapping off one of its horns. Was it a river-dwelling demon like many believed, or just an old statue dumped in the water long ago? Whatever it was, the dog made it out. The creature didn't. Surface secret. This eerie clip has only fueled the growing fire that mermaids might be more than just myths. 2025 is shaping up to be a strange year. The footage shows a humanoid figure beneath the water, close enough to see a pale, feminine face staring upward. Its skin was ghostly white, almost glowing. The uploader claimed it was a mermaid, but before anyone could get a closer look, it slipped away the moment it noticed the camera. Whether it was a real sighting or a clever trick, one thing's certain, the ocean still keeps secrets we're not ready to face. Shore mystery. A couple of beachgoers on the Mexican coast stumbled upon strange remains. A humanoid head with the lower body of a fish. It looked dried out, but not too degraded, meaning it hadn't been there long. As the clip spread, some called it a baby mermaid, while others urged the men to get its DNA tested, suggesting it might be an entirely new species yet to be discovered. Was it real, or just another elaborate hoax? The waves may have brought it in, but the questions it raised still linger like the salt in the air. Ocean eyes. A fisherman out at sea thought he'd stumbled upon something incredible, a small building floating in the middle of nowhere. Curious, he went closer, filming as he approached. It looked like a house, eerily quiet, abandoned, until he zoomed in on the dark doorway. For a split second, two glowing eyes stared right back at him. People online compared it to the Barati from One Piece. But whatever lived inside this structure wasn't serving food. It was waiting. Some say it's a sea spirit's dwelling. Others think it's a trap for the curious. Either way, he didn't stick around to find out. Siren encounter. A fisherman working off the coast of New Bedford, Massachusetts, was live streaming one night when something strange happened. He was chatting with his audience when a faint, siren-like sound drifted from the ocean. Soft, almost impossible to pinpoint.
That's crazy.
As he kept recording, the sound grew louder, more like a sharp, haunting whistle. Then, his camera caught something else, a faint glow shimmering in the dark water. Many people believed he had encountered sirens trying to communicate. Others insisted it was just an odd mix of wind and waves. But the sound and that glow still leave plenty to wonder about. Water voice. A strange video has surfaced showing a man filming his canoe journey through a quiet area in Florida. As he paddled along, he spotted something submerged beneath the water. It was a sunken vehicle. He quickly called the authorities. But that's not what got people talking. Midway through the clip, a child's voice can clearly be heard calling out to him.
Dad, pay attention. We're swimming to the edge.
Yet in the reflection, it's obvious he was completely alone. So where did the voice come from? One chilling theory suggests it was the spirit of a child, still trapped in the car, calling out for help. Boat intruder. A group of fishermen were unloading their late-night catch, laughing as one of them filmed the moment. But the camera caught something else, something none of them saw. In the shadows of the boat, a distorted face stared directly at them. It looked human, but not quite. The figure didn't move or make a sound, just lingered in the dark like it was hiding there all along. When the clip surfaced online, people were convinced it wasn't just pareidolia. Some said it was a spirit taking shelter from the sea, while others believed it was a mermaid, warning them to leave her waters before it was too late. Penghuni Sungai. Penghuni Sungai, or river dwellers, are Indonesian creatures that love to spend their time under the waves. They resemble mermaids, a long, thin, humanoid body, an even longer tail and luscious locks that flow with the water. But many also believe they're the product of an unknown river creature that has yet to show its face. Penghuni Sungai typically stays away from human civilizations. It is said that if the Penghuni Sungai ever comes across a person, its first reaction will be to retreat. Maybe that's why there have been a lot of reported sightings, and only this video to back it up, and that too uploaded anonymously, with no idea where it happened. Mermaid on edge. A family trip by the riverside turned mythical when they spotted something straight out of folklore. Figures that could only be described as mermaids perched on rocks at the lake's edge. With pale blue skin, humanoid upper bodies, and massive fishtails, the creatures appeared to be calmly enjoying the breeze. But as soon as they noticed the camera, they vanished into the water without a trace. Many netizens were captivated, yet unsettled, claiming these entities looked nothing like the mermaids they'd imagined. Meanwhile, skeptics brushed it off as a hoax. But could this be evidence of the mythical beings hiding in plain sight? Hairy monster. After hearing rumors about a swamp monster inhabiting a neighboring ditch, a group of friends decided to go see for themselves. They put some food on the bridge as bait to bring out the entity, and to their shock, it soon surfaced. Humanoid in nature, the thing was covered in thick fur. It inched cautiously toward the bait, as if feeling the presence of the human spying on it. But what could it be? One theory is that it was a Bigfoot, but skeptics brushed it off as a cleverly staged hoax. Ghostly fishermen. A group of friends exploring an Indonesian jungle with their drone were left stunned by what they discovered near a lake. It was a ghostly white humanoid figure perched on a tree stump who appeared to be fishing. The thing was colossal and might even pass off for a yeti if it wasn't for the unsettling translucent color of its fur. The friends were convinced they had witnessed some kind of a ghost, while netizens online thought it was some cousin of Bigfoot. But what do you think it was? Captured Kappa. The Kappa is a green, human-like creature with webbed hands and feet that emerges from lakes to steal the souls of lost children. This creature of Japanese folklore has been long forgotten. But recently, someone drained a pond and discovered a mythical creature hiding in there. The villagers went wild and were instantly upon it with their nets and rods, finally catching it. But that's not where it ends. The entity somehow managed to slip out and vanished. While the locals were convinced they had caught a real-life Kappa, skeptics online remained doubtful, claiming it was all staged. Underwater alien. This bystander got the scare of his life when he looked down into a river. Suddenly, a ghastly white face appeared in the clear water, startling the man. And it was no human face either that he could laugh off. The creature on the other side looked eerily like an alien. It had an elongated oval-shaped head with large telltale eyes stared back up at him. But luckily, the alien creature proved harmless and silently swam away after an intense moment. The video has become a hot topic among netizens. Some believe this is genuine evidence of extraterrestrial life on Earth, while skeptics dismiss the clip as a cleverly crafted hoax. Aquatic cryptid. Imagine going to the river and spotting this downright creepy face staring at you from the river. Creepy, isn't that? A bunch of friends stumbled upon this bizarre face just floating in a lake, all pale and ghostly, with white hair and empty black holes in place of eyes on its face. It emerged on the water surface and started staring at the guy recording it. Just as the guy tried to approach it, the creepy aquatic cryptid suddenly went down to its dark depths. People tried to figure out what this strange face was. Some said it was just a floating mask, but with those vivid features, it was hard to brush it off as something ordinary. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.